Hey everybody, how you doing today? Great to see you and welcome. Welcome to Beetle Brad's channel. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Well, today is a special fun video that we're going to do today. Today is the 16th, 2018, but tomorrow is 2017. 17th of 2018. And tomorrow represents a very, very special day. It's the anniversary of this album coming out that I'm going to be talking about today, Double Fantasy. Yep, in 1980, this album came out. And so I've got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. But let's first start off with the band himself, John, talking real quickly in an interview.
We come along on Saturday morning, greeting everybody with a smile.
John and Yoko, it is more than wonderful to be able to talk to you after a very, very long time. We've been reminiscing just before the tape started rolling.
That is actually one of the very last interviews that John gave for Andy Peebles for the BBC, which was a terrific, terrific album. The album was recorded at the Hit Factory Studios in New York City, so that's kind of cool, definitely. Let's get a couple more facts before I jump into showing stuff. 7th of August is when they started the album, working on it, and they finished it up on the 19th of October. I'm sorry, 7th of August and the 19th of October is when they finished it. And it was John Lennon's 7th album that came out at that time. Before, you know, we're not talking about other albums and greatest hits and all that kind of stuff. But this album, I remember buying this, and this is my copy, but I bought this in the store the day it came out. I was so excited. John Lennon had a new album out. How fantastic was that, to think that Double Fantasy was coming out? And as you can see on my poster here, I got this right after the album came out as well. So it's John and Yoko, Double Fantasy, the album now available. This is really cool too. This is an original that I got in 1980. So I wanted to show you that. And this is the back of the album cover, as a lot of you already know, but I'm just showing it to you. The back of the Dakota. John Lennon in 1975 took a break, a 5-year break, and decided to kind of put his music on hold to raise Sean. So he kind of set aside doing that. And then when 80 rolled around, he thought it was good enough to put out some music and put out an album. This album is actually phenomenal. One of my all-time favorite albums of all times is this album. So this I got a lot to show and a lot to say. The reason I was kind of going on the back of showing you this is because of this picture. This is another picture of John and Yoko. That's actually my thumbnail if you're looking. This picture, doesn't that look a lot like this one? I think it's during the, you know, here's John and Yoko. I think it's during the same photo shoot, tell you the truth. I think it's out in front of, around there. But see, doesn't that look like the same? Yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. I'm not going to show you the records because I've got tons to show you, so I got too much to show you. But this is just an idea to give you of what's out there. I don't have everything on Double Fantasy, but I do have a lot of stuff. So we'll certainly go through this, but gives you kind of an idea of what to look for. So as a collector, if you're looking for more stuff to kind of fill in a few holes of your John Lennon Double Fantasy, you could start to look for different things. This was the 45. UK 45, actually, I'm just like starting over. Then this one is really cool. This is still in its original shrink wrap. This is the high speed, well, not high speed. This is the super disc, which is like a high fidelity, I lose my thoughts. But this is a higher quality fidelity album. It's still in the original shrink wrap. This is really awesome. Like I said, still got the original shrink wrap. And this, to me, by far, is the best copy out there. This is the best copy, and it's high fidelity. It's better than the CD. So everybody's like, oh, what about the CD? This is great, but the cool thing about this is I love it. Like I said, mine's still the original shrink wrap. I bought it back in '80 when it came out, when it originally came out. But the cool thing is this came with a poster. Yeah, I love posters. There we go, and you get all that in there. This is really cool, John and Yoko. It's been a long time since I've opened up this poster. Just great pictures of John and Yoko. John's album really was fantastic. This was really actually one of my favorite albums of John's. Then many years later they came out with this. This is a double disc where it's the album and then the other album part of it is like the original demos, stuff like that. And it came with a fantastic little booklet in here as well. This is excellent. I highly recommend this CD. Saying Beatle Brad, I can't afford the CD or the albums, but this CD is a definite good one to get. 2 CD set, like I said. And here it comes with a booklet. This is just got great pictures of John and Yoko. John, I think, was a lot like Elvis Presley. I don't think John really could take a bad photo. I have my original sticker. It just fell to the ground. I'll pick it up after the video. So that's awesome. That's excellent. Next up, I've got John Lennon album Double Fantasy. I just showed you this, but this is my Canadian copy. Or no, this is my American copy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it differently. This is my American copy, and this is a promotional copy. Right there, not for sale. Still has the hype sticker. Yeah, this is Geffen Records. This is still my American one. I apologize. I kind of was looking quickly, but not too well. But yeah, this is a promo copy. Very nice. Quality of that's good. It's kind of just like the regular album. Then I got this originally when it came out. This is the John and Yoko Woman cassette. Yes, I've never played this. Cassette's inside of it. But yeah, cassettes. So how many of you are raising of hands? Come on, raise your hands. Come on, play along. You have to be a part of the video. How many of you either still have your cassettes or remember buying cassettes? Yeah, okay, come on. I know you want to play along. Raise your hand. But that's really cool. Definitely, really, really cool. I started saying this, and now I'm going to say it again. I messed up. But this is my Canadian copy. And this is fantastic. The quality of the Canadian copy is just magnificent. Same picture on the back, same Geffen Records. And then next up, we got the John and Yoko looking on the front. And then this is Walking on Thin Ice. This is a promo copy. Here's the backing of it. But it's a promo copy, and it's a stereo mono mix. So one side's stereo, the other side's mono. And that's really cool. I really like that a lot. Sounds great. Fun to listen to. Yeah. Let me make double sure. Did I say this right? I'm gonna put my glasses on. No. Every man has a woman. See, I said walking on thin ice. See, I'm thinking of other stuff. Every man has a woman. I'm not going to edit it. There you go. That's the video. I could be... See, I'm not perfect. I'm just showing you. I'm just Beatle Brad. But every man has a woman. Mono and stereo. Both sides. There were a lot of books out on John and Yoko during that time. I'm not going to show you a lot of these books because I've got way too many. The market was inundated with books and magazines, and I've got stacks and stacks of magazines, and I've got books, and I've got all kinds of stuff of John and Yoko. But great stuff. Great stuff. Like I said, we'll just show one more picture. But yeah, good stuff. There's plenty and plenty of books out there. This is a celebration of John and Yoko, definitely. This is not morbid or anything. This is also double fantasy, but this is a promotional flat. So to kind of go along with this picture or poster that went up, these went up on the wall, like in your record stores. You know, like I said, they're flat on the back. So they had, you know, all these all scattered. Do you remember these? Do you remember these in your record store? Did they have promotional things for, like, let's say, REO at the time, or Billy Joel, or, you know, John and Yoko? But that's kind of cool, kind of neat. I remember getting that when it came out. And then this is another really cool thing. This is right here. This is the actual, this is out of my scrapbook. I put it in here. This was a full sheet of paper when John, this is just the only part I'm talking about where John got shot and was no longer with us. This is the actual teletype that my brother was working at the radio station at the time. My brother pulled this from the teletype about John when it came across the wire on the radio and it came across the TV. This is the original paper thing. It was a full sheet of paper, but you know, I didn't want a whole blank piece of paper, so I just cut that part out from my scrapbook. But this album came out, and 3 weeks, let's see, we'll make sure I get it right. 3 weeks later is when we lost John. So that's the only segment I'm going to talk about. Don't write to me and say, oh, you're so crazy and talking about John and I miss him so. I went through the whole death thing when John died and watched it all and was very sad, and still am that we don't have John today. But I don't need you writing and telling me of what a, you know, lousy person I am to talk about John's death. But my video is about John's celebration of double fantasy. So there. So we're moving on. So get off my back. The 45. This is really cool. Love the picture of that. And this is a promo CD of Woman, still in the original shrink wrap. I have not ever opened this. This is still an original. Very nice. And this is the CD of Double Fantasy. The album actually went on in '81. It went and won the at the Billboard's Awards in 1981. It won Best Album, which I'm really glad it did because it was a phenomenal album. And then a lot of these started showing up. This is the John Lennon Bootlegs series of the Lost Lennons, and there's, I think you can pick out any one of these albums and they have songs from Double Fantasy, and as you can see, the last track on here is Starting Over. But these are all like in the studio and outtakes and demos and stuff like that. If they ever got around to releasing this, that would be phenomenal, because there's another song in here, My Life is another good song that's never been released before. My Life, Take Two, and all that kind of stuff. Real Life, which is here. Real Life kind of sort of sounds like Starting Over. And then I started my program with the BBC because I put it on CD. But this is the original paperwork from 1980 from the radio station. This is the cue sheets, as they call them, of the radio show. So this is the actual real radio show of the interview with John Lennon and Yoko. This is really cool. So that's the cue sheets, and here is one of the original records. So I've got the whole entire interview on record. And these records are extremely rare and extremely valuable because these were only put out to the radio station. And like I said, at that time, my brother was working for the radio station, and he kind of temporarily borrowed them, I guess we could say. But these never came with a cover. So if you're looking for these did not come with a cover. It's a 5-record set. you can see I've got written down here. And I just put it in a plastic container. This is another cue sheet for the radio show as well that was aired. This was only aired once on the radio where I lived, and then I ended up getting it. Then a lot of these came out, which is the Lost Linen series. This one I pulled out. It doesn't have a lot of double fantasy stuff in it, but it just kind of gives you an idea. These were the radio shows themselves. Trying to get the glare out. And these are terrific. So if you're looking for these, the Lost Linens are excellent. This is music and interviews. As you can see, it's got the Playboy interview and a couple other things in there. It's very nice. Then this is another interview. Mine's still in the original plastic. I still have it in the original shrink wrap and stickers and all that kind of stuff. And then this is the backing of it. It is open, but this is an interview. The quality of this isn't the best. If you're looking for this, it's good to have because, like I said, this is really pretty neat, pretty rare. Not real rare of an album, but kind of, I don't think it's ever been put on CD. But it's kind of neat. Sorry I'm going fast. If you need to pause through any of this, just go ahead and do that because it's a lot to show and a lot to go through. This is Walking on Thin Ice, which is really cool, the 45 of it. And this is Walking on Thin Ice, the big edition, 12-inch. And this is a promo copy. Down here it says, down here, promo. So that's kind of cool. This is Walking on Thin Ice. The nice thing about this album was Double Fantasy. John put all the words and the lyrics. So if you got the album, you also got a sheet with it for all the lyrics, which is really, really cool to get all the lyrics. Because a lot of times today, they don't do that anymore. It's just too costly. Then this is kind of neat. This is a John Lennon interview during that time. And this was a limited edition, and there's my number for the limited edition. This is kind of nice. It's been a long time since I've played this, but this is real nice. I played this once, and as a lot of you know, I put my stuff onto CD, so my records are all in excellent shape. And this is also a interview, like I was saying. But it's a 2-record set. Excellent, excellent shape. And it did come with a poster also with it, which was really cool that it came with a poster. So mine came with a poster as well. I'm not too thrilled with the poster. I think they could have done a better job of putting out posters, just my opinion. Here's the poster. Yeah, that's kind of neat, but I don't know. I think they could have done something a little better, picture-wise. I mean, that's nice. Isn't that lovely? Oh, okay, everybody at the same time. Oh. And then Yoko came out with her next album, Seasons of Glass. Yeah. This was a real slap in the face. Yoko really was giving it back to everybody. The blood-stained glasses, Yoko was really in mourning, which I don't blame her. But she's putting it in everybody's face of talent. But this came out right after the whole thing, you know, the year later. But it was an interesting album, that's for sure. I've got more books and some more other stuff for Double Fantasy, but I think you've seen enough. You kind of get the idea of what to look for and what not to look for of different collectibles, different things. But tomorrow, like I said, is the celebration, the 17th of when Double Fantasy came out. So pull out your copy of Double Fantasy. Blow off the dust on it and give it a listen. I think you'd kind of enjoy it. I think it's fantastic the way John, for the first time ever, John was really smart in doing the album, the way he did tracks, the way, you know, one John, then Yoko, then John, then Yoko. I think it was a good mix in the way he did that. And Yoko's stuff on the album is good too. She does a real nice job, and so does John. I think they both really put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of Lost Lennon stuff, because he really had a lot of music out at that time. I don't think there's anything that I kind of missed, but I just wanted to say hi to my new viewers and say hello to my regular viewers. Thank you guys for making my channel what it is. You guys that subscribe are awesome. Each and every one of you are very, very special to me. Appreciate each and every one of you guys are great. So I want to say thank you very much for watching my video. And like I said, if you don't have the John Lennon album, pull it up on some of the websites. It's out there, definitely. And give it a listen. I think you'll really enjoy it. So I got my poster to kind of talk about it, show it. All right, vinyl community, as I say on my channel, ready? You all can say it with me because you guys know it just as well. I am out of here. Take care, everybody. See ya. Happy anniversary, John, which is his 38th year of Double Fantasy. So yeah, 38 years. Wow, hard to believe.